Hey, good morning guys. Anthony 4x4 Diesel. We've got a pretty windy day here. It's stirred everything up and it's messing with my system. Just wanted to let you know though, got a heap of important information going to be in this video. We're just here replacing injectors and we're going to put in all those little bits and pieces. It's a bits and pieces video with some really important messages throughout the video. Like for example, don't buy injectors. Do not buy injectors. Do not get your injectors replaced at the moment. Now when I say at the moment, to put it simple, don't buy or get your injectors replaced in June 2021. Don't do it, okay? So just stop right now, just stop. Unless it's absolutely running bad, whatever, there's a high chance, look, there's a shortage of injectors. So the prices are up, the availability's down. There's heaps of remanufactured available, of course, so there's a push on those. There's a lot of people that don't know what they're supplying to you. There's Chinese copies, there's other brands. I don't know what you can do whatever you like, but I'm just giving you my advice is don't buy injectors in June. I'm told the availability is going to come back in July. So we're taking leave for this reason. If we haven't got injectors, we can't work, or we can. We've got plenty of work to do. But look, you know, it's one of the main things we do. So let's say we're taking leave for the month of June. We're going to be back on deck by the 12th of July. Now, important message here. We've got people in place, you know, feeding the dogs and here to send parts and looking after things. So, but if you want the job done right the first time, that's the right order. You're dealing with me. I'm taking leave, so I'm on holidays, let's call it. So please don't text me about anything. Obviously the phone doesn't ring. People that are listening know that already. Let's have a look at this one. So it does a lot of trips. Hasn't done a lot of Ks. I think from memory it's a 2010, so it's 11 years old. It's done about 170, just under 170,000 Ks, right? I'm not excited about the electrical work. You know that already, right? You know, red wires sort of just here or there, wires there, dangling around. You know, we've got to tell everyone this connection to the battery, I don't mind that. That's pretty neat. I don't mind stuff like that. The wires going across the top of the radiator, probably not my choice. This job's not about the electrical. We're just going to have a look at it because we were looking at it, right? Not exactly how I'd do it, but not too bad. And then, you know, around here, I'm not excited again, you know. These things, they do get water in them and rusty corrosion. You need to replace them every now and then. The, what do you call it, circuit breakers. So just be careful of those, which way you mount them. What else? So we're going to get into this injector job and we're going to be a stop-go thing and give you some info. A little job we're on at the moment that is putting some Hilux hubs together. You may not know the Hilux guys. We don't keep a lot of these in stock, so don't hammer me, but obviously part of the annual leave thing, we can't do these. 12th of July is the magic number, you know. We'll be around, in and out and around and that, but 12th of July is the magic number at the moment. Stay tuned on our Facebook pages. If you're in Australia, you'll only be able to find those if you're in Australia. They're only available to Australia as far as I know. So yeah, brand new, genuine bearings, as you can see, seals, all the seals, O-rings, spacers, ABS thing, whatever, hubs, we get them all pressed together, ready to go. So it makes it easy for the DIY installation. So getting some of those together for someone. And also the Proto hubs, which we have in the box ready to go usually. But believe it or not, there's always seems to be a shortage of one component for one of our parts kit or the other. At the moment, Dobinson suspension in short supply, so I'm not taking any more orders once again. 12th of July, hopefully there's some stock available. There's spring shortages, there's shocks, there's the top hats. Same here, at the moment it's the bolts. Haven't had that issue before. You can get some here or there, but the quantities we go through, harder to get a hold of. And here we've got a few hours worth of, you know, whether it's injector kits, BFE kits, suction control valves and stuff like that. So we're still pumping it out, but it's all over now, not in June. Okay, so I thought we'd have a look in this engine, show you. This is one of the advantages or disadvantages of the extra oil changes. When we say extra, the book says a little bit on oil changes actually, because the book in Australia says every 10,000 kilometres. In other countries it says every 10,000 miles, which is 16,000 kilometres. So there's, I just want to put that little bit of evidence out there, which is why, you know, people talk about, we do the 5,000 K oil change in between the 10,000 Ks here, right? But I say you don't need to do the filter. The filter's not going to stop filtering, it's not going to be blocked. You're wasting your money and your time changing the filter at 5,000. In other countries, the recommended interval is 16,000. If you're worried about the little bit of oil, oh, it's just going to make the oil dirty again. No, there's more oil left in this engine, a lot more than what's in the oil filter. But what I wanted to show you, the typical black staining over everything on this one, because it's lucky if it's had every 10,000. I'd say it's missed a few services. If this had had 5,000k services, the internals of the engine would be sparkling clean like new. Now, I'm not saying this one's really bad. It's not too bad, but it's not too good. The soot loading, look, you know, from the EGR passing it through the combustion into the engine oil is up there. That's why it's black. More oil changes gets it out. EGR solutions get it out as well, but yeah, just take note, if you don't do that extra oil change, excuse me, quite often this is what you're going to see the engine look like. It's just really black stain, and having that soot in the oil, the abrasion, it's not going to be really bad, but it's not going to be as good as having nice clean oil, is it? And we've also got a 1KZ in here. We're going to have a bit of a look around, do a bit of inspection, talk about the things you got to look out for on those. A lot of people talk like, oh, glad I kept my old 1KZ and all that. You know what? Every engine's got its problems, and we're going to tell you about those, how to prevent them, what to look out for in this video. Like I said, it's a bits and pieces video, lots of different mixed information. The Prada Hospital is now closed by the time you see this video. We are on annual leave until the 12th of July. For emergency parts kits, we've got people in place to look after things, feed the dogs, organise some parts, but I'm on leave, so you're still dealing with me, you're interrupting me on leave, so please don't, unless it's emergency. Kind of like, you know, our 4x4 Diesel Workshop partners, if they're around and they desperately need a set of injectors. But we've also mentioned, now's not the time to buy injectors. Don't buy injectors in June. Sit tight, wait until July, 12th of July, middle of July. We'll have some availability then, hopefully a lot. We don't want you to end up with the wrong gear. Please wait for me, so you know you're going to get that brand new genuine gear, the complete kit, all in one. Awesome value for money. And on this, we're probably going to do some injectors and glow plugs as well. Different injectors though, right? Different. So genuine, brand new, genuine is what we use even in those, right? Different. Then you know it's good for another 10 years plus, right? You're not relying on anyone. Did they replace that or not? Did they use genuine or not? Did they have a bad day and get it right or not? Factory quality, that's what we use. Alright guys, we're just going to finish off a video here, a couple of important bits of information. I've probably mentioned it in other videos. On this one, we've got all the injectors done, obviously. I've got the assistant here, he's getting the EGR back together. Obviously gave it all a nice clean, beautiful. So, we've had a couple of issues, a couple of cars where we've used all new gaskets and everything's nice to specification. See where the elbow, see that elbow section there at the back where it joins the manifold? They've just weeped a little bit of oil, or there's even been one that had a bit of a whistle. So one had a slight whistle. So you just got to be really careful that you use the new gaskets, but you get all these bolt starters. See how that's just still loose sitting there? These nuts, they're all still loose. They haven't been tightened up yet. It's all got to come together like a jigsaw puzzle. You can't tighten up any one of them before the others are all sort of nipped up. Well, that's kind of wrong. You need to tighten up the one that goes down to the manifold, those two bolts down there, and the one on the other side. And what I'm saying is they've got to be nice and tight. I'm not giving you an order to go and over tighten them and cross, like pull the thread out of the manifold. It's alloy. You'll be in a world of hurt. Don't do that. But we do them by hand, and I thought I was doing them tight, but we're just going a little bit tighter now because the slightest weep of oil, I'm not happy, and I guess you're probably not happy. The torque spec, I think, is 20 Newton meters, so we're definitely going over that. We always were. Now we're going to go a bit higher because we don't want the oil weep. If you've got a new clean surface and a new gasket, and 20's not doing it and 25's not doing it, then 30's what's going to be doing it for us. Because we don't want any oil leaks or weeps. It is, look, I know other people have had that issue, and I thought, they must be doing, I'm thinking like you are. You're thinking, they're dodgy, they don't know what they're doing. I'm telling you, I thought this of people, and I went, nah, and it's actually, after years and years and years, it's actually happened to us a couple of times, only minor, but mine is too much for me. So anyway, just letting you know, that's the order. Don't forget them, get the nuts, get this bolt as well, whatever the case, get them nipped up, get them nice and tight. And the last and most important thing of this whole video, if you're in Australia and you're someone that's going to look at buying injectors through me or anyone, don't buy them now, okay? So when you see this video, don't buy any injectors till further notice. Subscribe, turn the bell on. We're on annual leave because you can't get new genuine injectors at the moment. Now when I say that, we can get them. We can get them here or there. We can't get them for where we like to get them. We can't get the quantities to fulfill our normal orders and injector replacement jobs. So the easiest way is to let the stock catch up, let the manufacturing catch up, take a break so you don't end up with Chinese copies that you thought were genuine or remanufactured that, you know, may or may not be okay. Let's not go into that in this video, but we only recommend brand new genuine injectors, right? Don't buy any. Around July they should become available again. You can hit me up. Of course I'll recommend buying them from me, so then I'm not going to hear from you again later going, oh, you know, I replaced my injectors and I've got this problem or that problem, because that's what happens, okay? When you get them from me and follow my procedures, you don't have any problems, okay? Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Don't buy any injectors. We'll be fully back on deck from taking a break. Doesn't mean we're not here. We're in and out, emergency jobs. We've got people helping out and all that, but we're not doing it. We're not doing parts. We're not doing, the Prado Hospital is closed. We're taking a rest. Bada bing. Might have a little trip in and out somewhere there as well. You never know. Bada boom. We're out of here. Don't buy injectors. 12th of July. Text me then. Gotta go. See ya.